Welcome back, friends. I have a question. What do you know about port? No, I'm not talking about port of call or port of NOLA. I am talking about a classic drink in today's Happiest Hour, sponsored by Acquistapace's Markets. Adam Acquistapace is giving us a lesson. You see what I did there, Adam?
I did.
Because a lot of people, including myself, when I was preparing for this interview, I was like, oh yeah, like port of call, port of NOLA. No, we're talking about a spirit here. Tell me what port is.
All right, so port is fortified wine from Oporto, Portugal.
So it's from Portugal?
That's right. So it's a place, and it's a protected name. But the thing is they make so it's a fortified wine.
What does that mean?
What is fortified? It's fortified. So you take wine, and you fortify it, and you add brandy to it, or add alcohol to it.
Stop.
Sorry. So this is super important. It's kind of like how it's made. So what you do is you take these red grapes from Portugal, or white grapes, and you start the fermentation process. So the yeast is eating the sugar and converting it to alcohol and carbon dioxide and heat, and then they just say, well, how much sugar do we want to leave in here? And then they douse it with brandy.
Wow.
And they raise the alcohol content.
As they should.
Up to about 20%. And so when you raise the alcohol content, the yeast shuts down. And so all you have left, so you have this fortified wine that is stabilized, and it has all of this good, delicious residual sugar in there. And it was really important for a long time, because when they took these wines and they would travel with them, it made the wine sustainable. It made the wine where it wouldn't go bad on the ships, but it really has turned out to be a really delicious thing.
And as you all can see, there are so many different types of port, and we're doing a little taste test here. Okay, we're starting with a white.
We're going to start with a white port. All right, because we could talk about port for hours, but there are 3 different types of port. You have white port, ruby port, and tawny port. Tawny port. So tawny port is lighter in color. All port wants to be tawny port.
Okay.
It's like equilibrium for port.
Yes, come on.
So it's how we get there. So white port, which we're going to taste real quick, is really one of the most rare of ports. It's, I mean, I would say it's probably less than 10% port made. And so this is not something that you see very often. Often it will be,
wow, look at that. So it's white, but it's not white.
Yes, but it's not red. How about that? It's not red.
And the brandy is what's making it this color.
No, the brandy they put in there is going to be clear. And so this is from aging in barrels.
Stop it.
Okay.
And what's this brand that you brought us today?
So this one right here is Ferrera. And so this is being in the white port. So
and it's nice and cold.
It is. And so you can make cocktails out of this, make spritzes and those things. But you want to drink, you always want to chill port down. So in this case, is white port, you want to drink it cold. You can make cocktails and add a little bit of ice, but it's going to have like a little bit of nuttiness to it if you want to taste it. A little marmalade. So it's got a little bit of sweetness, but not too much. Makes a great cocktail.
Lady Marmalade.
That's right, Lady Marmalade.
Of the marmalade.
That's right.
Flavor.
And but you can taste the alcohol in it.
You can smell it too.
And they can age for quite a long period of time.
This is delicious by itself.
It is.
But make sure it's chilled, because it really tastes good.
Yep.
Chilled.
Absolutely.
What's next?
So ruby port is, think of it being red port. So you have ruby port, vintage port, the best ports. And then tawny port is aged in a barrel for a really long time.
Okay, so it takes more time to produce.
That's right.
Why it's the piece de resistance.
That's right. And it's tawny. But if you take a vintage port and you age it in a barrel and then age it in a bottle for a really long time, it will look like a tawny port, because the color will fall out. I know, man.
But it won't taste the same.
It won't. It is an exquisite thing.
Ooh,
it really is. So
all right,
so there's a middle style. It's a ruby port, but it kind of tastes like tawny port, kind of like ruby port. It's called late bottled vintage port.
Okay.
So what the port house does is they age the wine in a barrel for an extended period of time, then pull it out and then age it in bottle. Wow. And so you get that tawniness from the barrel aging.
Look at that.
I know, but it's going to be it's going to be darker, but not completely opaque.
And this is from Dow's?
This is from Dow's, that's right.
Wow.
So give this a try. Now look, so people ask all the time, what do you do with port? First off, port is delicious. It's just like a wine, but I will tell you that there's one of the best food pairings is with port. So this port is going to be sweet. It's definitely sweeter than this wine. Than
I
the
actually
wine.
think this is sweeter though.
It's got some sweetness in there, but this one has more residual sugar in it.
Definitely. And what can we pair this with?
blue cheese.
Blue cheese.
Give it a go. Blue
Wait,
cheese.
okay, wait. So you're telling me I should take a piece
That's
of blue
right.
cheese, which he has here for us.
All right, it's the salt, it's the salinity and the saltiness. So when you're doing a food pairing and you have something sweet and something salty, the saltiness accentuates the sweetness on your palate. And so blue cheese and port, it's pretty cool. It's got a really neat sensation.
Are we scientists?
I know,
now?
a little bit. Yeah, yes, that's right.
Are we scientists? Delicious.
Blue cheese on sauternes, and so and also white port. You're fine.
Sorry, I
white,
got a little blue cheese on.
white port.
I'm sorry, the jacket wanted to try the blue cheese too.
It's okay. So think of like if you have little finger foods and things, and like in like Spain they call it like pinchos. So think of this as an easy thing to drink, but that's great with finger food. It's great by itself. It's great as an aperitif. After dinner, a great port. And the thing is they come with these little nifty little corks that go back in, and they'll last for a long period of time. You just put it in the refrigerator, and since it's fortified, the wine will last for a longer period without oxidizing.
And you have the red, you have
right.
the white.
That's right.
Do you also offer the Tanti?
We do. So we've got quite a few different tawnies, and we've got, let's see, I don't know if I have more glasses, but so this is, I should have brought more glasses. So this is a 20-year-old tawny port. So this wine stayed in this barrel for 20 years.
And it's spelled T-A-W-N-Y.
That's right. That's right.
Tawny.
Tawny, like the color.
But I love this Ferrera, to be honest.
You like
and
that
I'm
one,
glad
Sal?
the bottle's already open because you can't take it back. What you out of Acquistapace?
That's right.
And what I think is great is that you all offer so many different things. Thank you so much for the lesson today.
You're welcome.
Oh, this was delicious. And look, everyone, if you want to try a port, Acquistapace has 3 different locations, one in Covington, one in Mandeville, and one in Slidell. For more on everything they have to offer, Acquistapace.com. And remember, while you're drinking your port, always drink responsibly. Stick with us.